Hello everyone, it is Pat with our Oracle card reading and message for this upcoming week, June 17th through the 24th. Gosh, it's hard to believe that June is almost over. We're halfway through the year. Whew, it's flying by fast. But anyways, so for this week's reading, as usual, I'm going to pick from the Archangel Oracle cards. I also felt guided to work with the Saints and Angels Oracle card deck. And I've brought out the Earth Magic cards, again, to tune into what's coming up, what the messages are for what's going on with the earth this week. So anyways, so our archangel who's overseeing us this week is the Archangel Jophiel, with this message of clear your space. And it says, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. So as I tuned into this card, what I got was, I remembered that last week, I believe, was the new moon that we had, beginning of the new moon cycle phase. Because next week we have the full moon. And the phases of the moon work with us the same way they work with the tides, And the new moon is generally a time of new beginnings. It's a good time to start things or bring, manifest things in your life. So when I tuned into this card from Jophiel, she was reminding me that one of the best ways to bring something new into your life is to begin by clearing your space, clearing out the old, okay? So if you're looking to, find a new place to live, start decluttering your current house, start going through it as if, okay, even if you don't know where you're going to move to, start working with your current household or your current residence or place that you're living as if you were going to move. Okay, what would we take with us? What would we let go of? Etc. Start clearing out. Same thing if you want to have new clothes in your life. Clear out the old that you're no longer wearing anymore. Donate it. I work with Denise Lynn in her clutter clearing a lot, and if you want to bring in more financial flow, clear out your financial clutter. Get rid of records that you've been, hanging on to for way too long. So this is about, she's coming in this week to remind us of that. It's like when you're looking to bring new things in your life, clear out the old. Even like if you're looking to bring in a new relationship in your life, start in your bedroom. Clear out anything from any old relationship that is there, because it has a subconscious effect on you. Clear the space, allow space for that person to come into your life, make space for them in your room. So, and this also has to do with in your own mind, okay, clearing out the clutter and the dramas that you can get, the clutter of the dramas you can get caught up in. We all know we have times where we can keep spinning things around in our head, running arguments through our head, or dramas or interactions with other people, or worries and concerns. This also speaks to that as well. And in that regard, clearing your space can maybe take on the form of getting outside, giving yourself some quiet time, or catching yourself when your mind is spinning on those things and saying, you know what, just let it go, put it aside. It's not bothering me in this moment. And, maybe turning it over to the angels or the divine or whatever you're aligned with. So that's what this week is about. It could mean for some of you that, yes, you're about to dive deep into some major clutter clearing in your home or your life. Maybe you're going to clear out your basement, which is, in a way, a metaphorically, a representation of your subconscious. So that's what the focus is this week. Jophiel is an angel of beauty. So when you're looking to beautify your home and your life, it starts with clearing the space for it. Okay, and Jophiel, from what I understand, has a beautiful, like, fuchsia pink energy, and she's a great angel to work with if you're decorating your home or looking to bring beauty to your life in a variety of different ways. Okay, so that's who our archangel is this week. All right, so for the saints and angels, let's look at what we have. At the beginning of the week, we have Saint Anthony with this message of you found it, which is kind of, I'm laughing because, finding something that's lost is often a outcome of clutter clearing. You start cleaning something out and you're like, oh, look, I didn't know. I haven't been able to find this for, years, and here it was all this time. So, but it's also symbolic of having found a path for yourself. Maybe if you've been searching for that, a new job, or a new way of, a new career, or, a life, searching for your life purpose, in a way that's meaningful to you or something. Or maybe you've been looking for that relationship, and St. Anthony comes in at the beginning of the week saying, you found it. St. Anthony is in the Christian faith, the one many people go to find lost items. In the angelic kingdom, we call upon the archangel Chamuel, and I do, for some people it may mean sure at the beginning of the week there is an item that you're really looking for. So call upon St. Anthony or Archangel Chamuel to help you find it, and they will help. They'll help you with that process. So the beginning of the week feels like it could go either way for people. Either you found it, you've been looking for something and you finally came across it, or you're in the process of looking for something. Okay, let's see. Middle of the week, we have this one. Heaven is watching over you. Don't you love that card where she's just giving the little infant a little kiss on his nose? So when this card shows up, it's a reminder, and you may feel this midweek, that there may be things that take place that you feel like, oof, I have an angel looking over me. And you do. When you have those near misses sometimes, if you've been in traffic or nearly missed a car accident, or you could have gotten into potentially awkward or dangerous situation that could have been a lot worse, and you're having that moment where you're like, oh, thank God, we have somebody looking out for us in the heavens, and you do. So that's what this card is very much about. It's a reassurance for you that, heaven is, and the angels are working behind the scenes to help you. They always have your back, okay? But I feel like midweek there might be some situations that you encounter where you're like, okay, thank goodness. And it's because, heaven, your angels, your saints, Jesus, whoever it is that you pray to is looking out for you. And it was a near miss because of that. It could have been potentially a lot worse, but your angels are looking out for you because they think of us, even though, we're adults. The divine looks upon us as like being like children, because we are like God's children. So the angels, the divine, look upon us that way, and they're looking out after your children too. This is symbolic of our own children, with a child in you, but that's why it's depicted that way, and it's really cute and adorable. It's very sweet, but that's how they are with us. They're very sweet. So the last card towards the end of the week, signs from above. So this is about somebody getting signs from a loved one who's passed on. Okay, in this card, it's depicted as a flower. Okay, but I feel like there's some people out there who are going to be remembering a loved one who's passed by having some flowers around them, just as like a in memory of. But you're also going to be getting signs that they know you're thinking about them. Okay, signs from a loved one who's passed over. I do feel like that's a big part of this card. Excuse me. But for some other people, I feel like this has to do with signs that you're moving in the right direction. Okay, and when this card shows up, it is a sign. If you have been asking for one or hoping that there would be one for you to help verify or to get like an acknowledgement from Spirit that you're moving in the right direction or that something's going to work out for you, this card is often that sign. Okay, if you've been looking for a sign, this is it. But some of you may get it in another form. There are signs coming to you, and it's, you know, it's kind of a heads up to you to acknowledge the signs that you're getting. You know, sometimes we get a lot of signs, but we keep second guessing them. You know, our logic kind of steps in and wants to override things and saying, oh yeah, but that might have just been this. Oh, that might have, it's like, pay attention. I feel like this is a big message to pay attention to the signs, you know, kind of, yeah, there's, for somebody out there, this means that, you know, you've been given signs. There's been signs showing up all around you, so pay attention to them, okay? And take it could be signs that it's time to leave a relationship, you know, the writing's on the wall, or that everything's, you know, things different, like random events have been showing up in your life to point you, saying, oh, you know, you should be doing this. Have you thought about doing that? And everybody's kind of saying the same thing to you. You know, that's what they're saying. Pay attention to the signs. They're all around you, okay? So, all right, let's move in to see what's going on with the Earth this week. So I've got 3 of the Earth Magic cards. And when I pull these cards, when I shuffle, I am, in a general way, trying to tune in to what's going on with the Earth this coming week. And so as I shuffled this deck, I mean, they were popping out at me. And the one that primarily, like, really popped out and flipped over was this one, Volcano and Volatility. Now, this card in its description specifically cites Hawaii and Pele. And if you look, you can see the goddess's face there. So, you know, this is about Earth events that, you know, volatility, obviously volcanoes going off. I mean, Hawaii has already been continuously erupting, and that fissure number 8 has been sending a river of lava to the sea and the formation of new land. That's definitely that's already been ongoing, so we kind of know that. But with this card showing up, it does feel like there's more volcanic activity on the way from there. And this card is indicative of sudden and unexpected changes. Okay, so expect the unexpected in this regard. And, you know, this is about powerful forces, and, you know, how a volcano erupts, how long it erupts, where it erupts is something that is completely unpredictable. So these are powerful forces that are at work that drastically change people's lives. So, you know, a lot of people are going to feel very shaken up by this because it's events that are just out of your control. Okay. Now, I know Hawaii is not there's a lot of volcanoes that are getting activated right now. And I know there's a lot of people out there paying attention to the earthquake activity that's going on in and around them, so they can keep an eyeball on that. But still, these things can happen in a very sudden and unexpected way. So, you know, this card indicates, at least with regard to the Earth, that there's more upcoming, you know, sudden, unexpected, volatile activity. Pay attention to the volcanoes activity this week. Keep a sharp eye on that. The other card that came out along with it, and I wasn't quite sure of it at first. This one says DNA and Karma, and it's got a very, you know, symbolic of the double helix, the caucus in this image. But there's two things I got as I tuned into it when this card came out. And one is that people are going to be concerned about their families, you know, our DNA, that's our family relations. And so as these sudden and unexpected events take place, that's going to be people's first concern, is worry about their families. Where's my family? Keeping their families together. But the other piece that came into it for me when I tuned into this card was a lot of us who are here now have been here in times past when similar types of events took place. Okay, we have in our DNA, in a sense, a remembrance of that. So there are some of us who kind of instinctually, you find your instincts telling you, you know, what to do, you know, that it's time to go. Pay attention to that, because there's a part of you in your own DNA that instinctually knows what to do. And you know, we are creatures who do have instincts just like the animals do. It's just there's a part of us sometimes that chooses to logically overlook it, you know, using logic and reason or something like that, and it's, ooh, sorry about that. Pay attention to your instincts and trust them. Okay, and so those are the two things I got about that. People are going to be worried about their families and trying to be in touch with their families, and there's a lot of us who've been here during these times, and in times past when it's happened to other, you know, the civilizations that have been here in the past. Of course, I don't know if there was ever a time on the earth where there was like 7 billion people, but there may have been smaller communities or smaller populations at that time when we were here before in times past, but there's a part of us that remembers it. And the last one that came out was this one, fire. And I do feel like it has to do with fire being a problem. I know here in the United States there are forest fires that have set off again in our Midwestern states, but fire is going to be an issue once again, kind of like it was last year for California. So be prepared. You know, as the first card indicates, we're in a time of volatility where the earth is going through a lot of changes. Okay, and in many ways, you know, we have to be prepared for sudden and unexpected events. And that means having a go bag packed for wherever you are in your area. I mean, tornadoes are showing up in places that they don't normally show up at. So it's a time of being prepared. And that may be why Jophiel's telling you to, you know, clear out your space, to, you know, let go of things that are unnecessary and just have with you the things that you really do need. So anyways, those were our reading and messages for this week. I hope you have a lovely week. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Be safe. Much and many blessings to you.